Hello everybody. Today's story is about this funny chicken. Her name is Hatie. Hatie Peck, The Journey Home. Let's look at the picture on the front. What do you see? I see Hatie. She's holding something in her wings. A map of the world. What is she sitting on? A suitcase. I wonder where she's going. Before we find out, I'm going to paint Hatie. She's sitting up here behind me, and I'm going to give you a big clue about today's story. Hatie, let me show you my palette. Lots of fun colours. I'm reaching for this green to paint Hatie. Around her eyes. Hear the water on this side. I can't lift it up. Can you hear that swish? Swish. Around her eyes. Whoops. There we go. Whee! Down her back. Get some more paint on my brush for her. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to paint over this part. Still dipping into that green. Let me paint it all green. Can you hear the paintbrush swishing across the paper? And then so you see her wings, I'm going to add a little bit of white. There we go. How's that? Blend that in for you. Blend it up here. Now, you can see her wings. She has a bright red crown. 1, 2, 3. Hatie loves to knit, so I'm going to give her a knitted gift. It's a big clue about today's story. It's going to go around her neck. A lovely pink scarf. And now I'm going to add, with this colour, some yellow stripes on her scarf. You think she looks happy? The paint underneath is not quite dry, but you get the idea. Hatie Peck, The Journey Home. Hatie Peck loved eggs. What she loved even more was what hatched out of them. That doesn't look like a chicken's tail to me. What could this be? Her family. Look at all the different animals that hatched out of eggs. Hatie had braved the elements, rescuing abandoned eggs around the world. Big ones, small ones, and no matter what their size, she loved each hatchling just the same. Life was different now that Hatie's home was full. Outings were chaotic. Meal times were busy. Bath times were wet. Look at that splash. And bedtimes, well, a bit chaotic, a bit of a nightmare. But Hatie Peck didn't mind. She was happy. Despite the chaos, Hatie's family shared many happy moments. Their big days out, their twinkling, cozy, twinkling Christmas. But what they all loved the most was their birthday, because every year Hattie made each hatchling a perfectly knitted treat just for them. "Oh, I love it," said the platypus. But Hattie knew the time was near for her family to embark on a new adventure. The hatchlings were all grown up, and it was time for them to fly the nest. Bags got packed and snacks were prepared. With a nervous flutter, they left the coop. Hattie and her hatchlings travelled across the stormy sea. "What enormous waves!" Hattie cried. "Hold on tight." And then began the many goodbyes. They ran across rooftops, hopped over chimneys, and slid down gutters. Soaring over gigantic cities, Hattie gently guided her precious little hatchlings. She tried not to look down. Heights made Hattie shudder. I wonder which city this is. It's New York City. I love you, New York. Hattie's family was getting smaller and smaller, but their journey was getting bigger and bigger. They hauled themselves up mountains and teetered across treacherous ledges. They crept through gloomy, dark caves, deep down, below the ground. Oh, I see a spider. Oh, I see a bat. Another one they're watching. The last of Hattie's hatchlings battled blustery winds, pouring rain and heavy snow, until it was just Hattie and a long journey home, alone. Hattie imagined her hatchlings' busy lives, and it made her very happy. But now it was their birthday, the first one apart, and Hattie couldn't help wishing that they were... Surprise! Look at that, it's a surprise party for Hattie. They all came back. "Surprise," they all shouted. "We've made something for you," they said. Look how happy and surprised she is. She flew off her chair. "Wow," Hattie cried. "A perfectly knitted treat, just for me. Oh, I love it. But what I love most is my family." The end. Thank you for joining me today. Goodbye.